What is up, all you beautiful people? It is I, AkemiTCG, back here with a brand new video. This is another type of video that I've been thinking about doing, but completely up to you guys if you like this kind of video in this format that I'm about to show. Dragunities. Love this deck to death, absolute death. If any of you watched my previous vlogs I've uploaded a few months ago before everything started happening, you can see that I just absolutely love Dragunities to death. And we are getting a new structure deck, if y'all unaware, sometime at the end of this year, could be the beginning of next year, but eventually at some point we're gonna get the structure deck. And I'm just praying with every fiber of my being that these cards help Dragunities, okay? So we're gonna break this down in a couple parts. First, I'm gonna address the problems, the pros and cons of Dragunities. Second, I'm gonna review the cards live. So I've never seen these cards before. I've just heard they've been released. I haven't read the effects. Third, we're gonna get a couple replays with them. Fourth, I'm just gonna give my final thoughts on these cards. Hope you all enjoy. Let's talk about the pros and cons of the deck. Pros, obviously, you make a giant board. This is a big board. Usually 3 to 4 negates. Relatively good for when the deck was at its prime. And now, all the problems are very glaring and very apparent. I've been playing this deck forever, and there's so many problems. Okay. First, very normal summon reliant. You're setting up your graveyard with Koos, Phalanx, etc., Dragon Ravine, getting your graveyard to work, and you normal summon one monster, and boom, they do some sort of interruption. Which goes into my second point, that they can get easily interrupted. Pretty much almost every single meta-relevant hand trap hurts this deck. Effect Failure, no Ducks, no Sanitas for you. Infinite Impermanence, no Ducks, no Sanitas for you. Draw and Lockbird, no extra search after you pop off with Ravine or Romulus for you. Even Ash Blossom, of course, no Ravine for you. There's so many things that hurt this deck, and it just really doesn't help when point number 3 is you add cards to your hand, right? Via, either Sanitas or Ravine. Well, Sanitas doesn't add cards, but like it gets you resources from your deck onto the field, and you're minusing. Dragon Ravine is effectively, if you really think about it, it's a -1 because you're using one card to play that card. Then Ravine, for cost, you have to discard one card, whereas pretty much every other deck is updated, so you don't have the -1 to get that plus. On top of trying to make that board and getting easily interrupted, like a paper thin interruptions, you're stuck with pretty much no hand after that too. So you pretty much go 100% balls deep, all in. Fourth, spell or traps can interrupt this deck. If I summon my Ducks and I equip it with Koos, and you chain Cosmic Cyclone, even MST to the card, it'll destroy my back row monster, and I can't do anything with it because it just sucks. You just lose there. And also, you can't even chain block with this deck, adding insult to injury, because we don't have like on summon effects that proc simultaneously at the same time like Crusadia does, so we don't have that luxury. And last but not least, I don't think this is a huge deal, but it could be for some people. It could be a deal breaker. When you summon Sanitas, you're locked into dragons. Big whoop, right? There's a lot of good dragons in the game. So let's go right into the reaction for please Konami, please fix this deck, please. Alright everyone, we're in the den. Let's just crack it open and let's see what's going on. Leventon, is that even how you spell it? Has been listening to Young Thug. Who's writing these? Who's writing these? Now we are in Dragunity Drive. That looks sick. Look at that Leventon. Leventon was one of the cards that used to be played prior to, Koos and Sanitas and all the good coming out. And pretty much Leventon, the only problem with it is you have to banish your Dragunity monster equipped with a card, and you can summon it from either the hand or the graveyard. Good in theory for extending, very good in theory, but you don't really get a plus off of it. You kind of just break even. It's like if you had a 4 and a 2 and you wanted to make a 10 out of it and you didn't have any more resources, then you could banish your 4 and then get your 8 and then summon to a 10. But this is a level 10, so let's see what it has. Dragunity Armogram. Dragon effect 2900, 2200 defense. On is the first, second, third effects of the card name once per turn. Okay, cool. 3 effects. I loved it already. You can banish 2 dragon or wing beast monsters from your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Okay, much better. Banish stuff from your graveyard, and you don't have to, you know, pop off using stuff on the field. You can summon this from the graveyard. Good. You can target a face-up monster on the field, negate its effects, and if you do, it loses 1,000 attack for each equipped card you control. Okay, that could be beneficial. Does target though, just a heads up. But you can bait out a negate with this if they did not already negate it off of summoning it from the hand or graveyard, from whence it came from. So the extra effect is definitely nice. It does not hurt this card at all. And 1,000 attack in this game is a lot. It's a lot, trust me. When an opponent's monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can equip to this card. Ooh, ooh, spicy. I like it. I like it. Something good can come out of this. Absolutely can come out of this. So let's keep going. Let's see what mechanics they have. We have new level 10. The only level 10 we have prior to this was Ascalon, which you can, not once per turn, banish a Dragunity dragon, or no, Dragunity monster from the graveyard, and then target a card on the field, banish it. It has to be a monster though, so maybe this could be slightly better, but it wasn't once per turn, so it was cool. Dragunity Knight, a red bear. Win level 10, 3300 attack, 3200 defense. 1 Dragunity tuner, so this one's specifically for Dragunity, so you need at least crucial phalanx for this, unlike the other ones. The other ones say like you need 1 dragon or 1 winged beast or something like that. Go and use each effect once per turn. That's fair because, you know, the new meta. Nobody wants to be abused by a random card that was used 30 millennia ago. Makes sense. When your opponent activates a monster effect, banish a Dragunity monster from your graveyard. Negate the activation, and if you do, banish that monster. Okay. Cool. We have a monster effect negation. Finally, we have no negations for that deck, besides offhand negations like Borlo Savage, Hieratic Seal for interruption, Crystal Wings, just stuff like that. But we never had anything that quick effect negates monsters for specifically made for Dragunities, which is nice. Could only get better, right? If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle after damage calc, you can banish that opponent's monster. Okay, great. I like that a lot. You got a little Kaiku effect going on here. Cannot be unhappy about that. If this Synchro Summon card is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. Pretty good. I like it. It says card, so it has to be via a card effect. Just for clarification, because or else it would say destroyed by an opponent's card effect or by battle. I think it has to specifically say by battle, but it'd be really neat if your opponent says it was destroyed by battle. You can nuke all their back row. It can be useful. An experienced player, a seasoned player, especially if they're going second against this deck, is just going to not set the spells and traps and then destroy it first. But you know, if your opponent doesn't read the cards, you can catch them off guard. Or if it's later on in the game, you're playing against Geist, and the only option for them is to nuke your monster in order to get over it, and they can't attack directly with maybe Melisig, then this could be useful. So we'll just have to see. I wish we could inherently just destroy it ourselves, like with the Fire King Volcano or something, but it's asking for a little bit too much. We have a new spell, Dragunity Glow. You use each of the effects and card name once per turn. Add a level 5 Dragunity monster from your deck or graveyard to your... Oh my god, finally a generic card. We have a generic search card. We answered it. Yes, generic search card. Took so long to get something like this. I know we have Dragon Ravine, but it's still a -1. Especially, we also lost the Strudel too. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Target 1 monster card in your spell and trap card zone equipped to a monster. Oh! So you summon monsters in defense. So when you kill stuff with Graham, then you can equip it and it's yours to summon. And how big is this? 2900? Okay, we can work with that. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope there's more new cards. This is very promising. Does this address the issues? We'll do some playtesting and figure this out. Dux Legionnaire, Dark Spear, Phalanx, Corsica, DD Crow. Cards are constant. I like how they did not reprint Goose. Isn't that funny? But anyways, these 3 new cards, definitely helpful. It does address some of the problems, but I do have a feeling that some of the problems are going to remain. So let's go right into testing, and let me do my review afterwards. We are in the den. We're playing Dragunities today with the new support, and just a big disclaimer, okay? This deck is extremely hard to play, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. I'm wearing the glasses to make it look like I have big brain, but I do not for this particular deck. Especially since we do not have Aggro Painted and Destrudo. I'm so used to playing both of those cards in this deck to make it, you know, turbo out faster and make the plays faster. But as of right now, I do not know how to play the deck at its optimal potential. But I could play it kind of enough. I just had a big headache playing this deck, but we're just going to go right through it. Here is the deck list for the moment, this point in time. I know playing 1 Gram, don't really need more than 1. Just gonna point out a couple cards here. 1 Goliath to go off with the Heretic Seal. This is basically your Robot Buster Destruction Sword combo, but not really, because we're not playing Union Carrier, because we can't play anything other than dragons. Unless you want to take the plunge and play something that sometimes incorporates dragons, you're only locked into dragons when you summon this card and use its effect. Okay. Other things are Zephyros to bounce back one of my cards. Obviously, it's good with Gate Durg. You can bounce one of your. You can add Zephyros to your hand, then immediately discard it off of Gate Durg's effect. And with Zephyros, it's very free. I'm playing 3 Exchange. Why am I playing 3 Exchange? Why am I not playing Call by the Grave? Here's my explanation. I know it's a -1, but if you play Ravine and you get Exchange, I want this deck to go off 100%. There's no other deck that I want to combo off 100% of the time besides this deck, and that is why I'm playing Exchange. If you play Exchange, you guarantee that your combo goes through. You could play Drag Down. You can argue you play Drag Down and then have them pitch like maybe Arma Gram, Zephyros, one of your weenies. You can do that. That's completely valid, and that makes a lot of sense. But with Drag Down, there is a possibility they can draw into that 1 Nibiru or 1 Ash or 1 Imperm that they didn't have before. And every single form of interruption, even the slightest chance of it, hurts this deck a lot. So I don't want to risk that. So I'm playing Exchange. Because regardless of what you grab off of their card or their effect, you can just pitch it off of Ravine. Works out. Any other noteworthy cards? Scarlight for going second. You're only playing 1 of a Red Bear. This is just in case you can't summon Borlo Savage, then you can just summon a Red Bear instead, because you're not always going to have Phalanx in your arsenal. And Phalanx allows you to play these 3 cards. Without Phalanx, you cannot summon any of these 3 cards. Just a heads up. And let's go right into the duels. I only have 3 duels for you guys, just because I want to be honest, it's such a hard deck to play. Possibly hard to play. Replays. Ooh, you guys are seeing some spice. Alright, load the replay. Let's do it. The first one. This duel is hilarious. You guys are going to laugh so hard. Alright, so I go first. And this is Brick, okay? Brick City. But we got 2 exchanges, so let's see what we're going to do with that. So I'm setting these 2 cards. So just in case I want to use exchange again afterwards, I have Divine Lance in hand. Most likely he's not going to be playing Dragunities. So I just keep the Lance in hand. And I have my Zephyros face down. And I'm going first. This is basically the T set, dueling set. Let's see what else he has in his deck. Alright, he's playing... Oh, he's playing Gold Sark too. Okay, that's smart. I did not play Gold Sark in mine. He's running some cards that I don't like. Lewin, Darkness Metal. But, me, let's say I play Exchange. Look at his hand, I'm like, yep, you're playing Dragunities. There's no other deck you're playing besides Dragunities. And the deck giveaway is this card. Okay? I personally don't like this card because it's slow. If it was a spell card, it'd be better, but... you also lock into Dragunity monsters when you use that card. So I take his Ravine because I can pop off with it next turn, and then he takes my Lance because he doesn't have any other choice. So he draws, and he's still bricks. Like, this is Brick. This is worse Brick than my deck, my Brick. So I draw and go get Ducks, and it doesn't really matter what I draw here because I can just Ravine it off. I know he has 2 Call by the Grave, so I'm trying to play around it. but I kind of can't at the same time. So here, what I'm thinking is I didn't want to play Ravine, pitch a card, and then grab something else. Just because Dux is already relatively good, and there's nothing really that I can grab. Because if I grab Xanadus here, I wouldn't be able to pitch off of it. So it wouldn't have made much sense. And if I grabbed, let's say, a tuner, right, and activated Cards of Consonance, there's no guarantee I would have a normal summon that turn. So I just wanted to get some damage in, go into Romulus, and then pop off from there. Go into Romulus here, grab Divine Lance, just so I can get a tuner in the graveyard, because I do not have one. Grab this card, summon it, Zephyros, return Divine Lance to my hand, and he activates Call by the Grave. I could have, in hindsight, I could have returned Phalanx to my hand to proc off Cards of Consonance, but I'm just using that for next turn, I believe. Then I go to Heretic Seal and just pass. Dragon Shrine. I don't know why he's playing Dark Spear either. So I'm going to activate Heretic Seal. Obviously, he's going to Call by the Grave it. So it fizzles, and then he attacks me directly for 2400. So I get clapped from there. Let's see what I get. So War Legacy Guard Dragon. This is perfect because I can grab my Phalanx and then use the Cards of Consonance I set turn 1. And now I pop off with Dux. If I didn't draw into Dux, I would have just pitched something off of Ravine. So I was in good shape regardless. So Divine Lance here. And I grabbed Koos because I wanted to Koos combo, but there was no way I can use all 3 materials, so there's no real plussing from it. So I summon both. I believe I go into... No, I pitched this. I removed the white and black dragon after the fact, because I just didn't find it useful in this deck. So I pitched Graham, summon Graham, to debuff his monster by 1000 attack, and I could run it over and steal it with Graham, so that way he wouldn't be able to summon it next turn. So Graham, again, it destroys something by battle, or it doesn't even have to be it. If any of your monsters is destroyed, or any of the opponent's monsters is destroyed by battle, regardless of which monster that was used to kill it. Let's say like I had an Ascalon here, and I attacked over his card, right? And I stole and I killed it by battle. I can steal it with Graham. Let's say if they have Obelisk of Tormentor, and I killed it by battle with a different card, and I can steal it with Graham, and I equip it onto it. And if I had Glow, Dragunity Glow in the graveyard, which it usually will be because it's very easy to use, I could banish it to special summon the Obelisk that's equipped to it. So that card gives this deck a lot of flexibility. Dragunity Glow. So I summon a Red Bear from this, and I run it over Graham, steal it with Graham, and then attack directly with a Red Bear for game. Number 2, load the replay. Alright, you guys are gonna laugh so hard. This is the funniest duel, because two reasons. It just shows how easy this deck can be stopped, and how, like, I've made so many misplays in this duel, okay? So I add Xanadus, summon Xanadus, pitch Koos to get a Phalanx, and I'm like, wait, I can't go into Barca with these two, so, you know, plan B, I go into Gay Dirk, special summon. This is gonna grab me Zephyros, and then pitch Zephyros. I don't know why he didn't activate Lost Wind here, I would have been stuck here regardless, but he is either very patient, or he's big brain like 5.0, like I'm not there yet. Dragunity Glow, get Mistletoe, sacrifice the monster to summon Mistletoe to get the tuner out. Koos, summon Koos, use Zephyros to bounce my Ravine back into my hand. Summoning Zephyros, go into Barca, and now, when I get +3, he Lost Wins. So, beautiful play on him that I gave it that one to him. Super good. Use Ravine. I'm gonna pitch Glow because I already used one, so he get Armor Graham. Go into Romulus. He gets the Lost Wind back, whatever. Activate Divine Lance. Equip it to a monster. Special summoning Phalanx. Then summoning Graham. Using Graham to drop its attack by 2000, so that's a small boy. Special summoning my monster. And I forgot about Neo's. I'm looking at this card. I'm looking at Neo's Fusion, okay? And I just for whatever reason, just forgot that it protects it. So I could have attacked with Romulus first and then attacked with this, but he would have activated Draining Shield anyway, so regardless, that was a misplay on my part. So I go into Hieratic Seal next turn. So what I should have done is standby phase, activate Hieratic Seal, bounce his card, and then summon Goliath, but he would have lost Wind that, I believe, so I was kind of stuck there regardless. So he activates Polymerization. I could have changed that too. There was just so many things I could have done here, guys. The Shining. He's gonna attack with the Shining to proc Sunrise's effect, but I'm gonna chain Hieratic Seal, bouncing his Sunrise back. So since Sunrise is not face up in the field, it cannot resolve properly. And then summoning, it really doesn't matter at this point. What I summon, because he's just gonna kill it by battle. So I summon Red MD. So possibly I can equip it with Armor Leviathan and activate Glonex. You know, big brain, guys. Tap for 300. It's gonna run over my card. I know he has a Lost Wind face down and an Unknown Trap. So here I need to Ravine, get Arma, and I think I misclicked here, and I should have grabbed. Wait, no, did I misclick there? I did not misclick there. Oh, okay. I summoned Ducks. I'm thinking of like a different replay. I'm like in the next dimension. So I was trying to play around Lost Wind here, and I was banking on him not activating anything. In hindsight, I'm not sure what else I could have done here, because I could have Ducks attacked into that, but I don't want him to get Neo's Wiseman. If you guys don't know what Neo's Kluger does, when it's destroyed, I get Neo's Wiseman onto this side of the field, and that's not good at all. So here I use this to target Red MD from the graveyard. The reason why I'm doing that is, after the fact, I can banish Glow to special summon Red MD from the Spell and Trap card zone onto the field, and then I can plus even harder from it, and then possibly win the game from here. He had Lost Wind. There was no real way I could play around it, unfortunately, so this is my only kind of answer. I was just hoping that he wouldn't Lost Wind it. But I summon Armogram anyways. Negate the Shining's effect so it gets a less attack buff. I run over the Shining, he activates Draining Shield, and I'm like, what the heck, guys? I'm gonna get chased, it's over. I lose here, he sets one. Attack this card, I'm activating Arma's effects. Equip it, he's getting Neo's Wiseman, he's gonna attack over my card. Neo's Wiseman is gonna make him gain a good amount of life points, and then he's gonna kill my card. And here's where I misplayed, okay? I should have, what am I doing? I misclicked and I didn't grab Ducks for whatever reason. I don't know what was going on. I could have even grabbed a Tuner, and then so I could proc Senators, and I think, let me see what I got here. Yeah, I think I could have won. Just summon Scarlight and I win. Can I climb? Oh, I don't even play Vajrayona. Okay, if I played Vajrayona and I summon Scarlight, I could have gotten it too. Borreload Savage? I could have gotten Borreload Savage on the field. Could have ran over the Neo's Wiseman, and he would have been in a really bad spot. Because I already... Did I commit? I did commit to Romulus. So, I don't know what was going on in my head, but I was just YOLO mode. I could have even summoned Barca to go into Ascalon too. Even Ascalon would have been good. And I could have banished 1, 2, 3. I have like 5 Dragunity targets to banish. And I could have banished his whole field and attacked him, and then what would he have? Okay, that would have helped him, and I would have won here. So, I don't know, that was the biggest misclick of my life. I don't think I've misclicked that hard. But I don't even know what I could do at this point. So, I accidentally also misclicked on Graham here, and I grabbed Shadow Mist because I forgot it's once per turn. So I should have attacked over the Shining, and then grabbed the Shining, but I just messed up here. He grabbed Honest Neos, and that's when I knew it was over, guys. That's when I knew. Alright, here I have the combo, okay? This is kind of the combo. I'm just praying I get something good off of Cards of Consonants. I draw into Terraforming. That's God hands. That's like booty clap hands. Activate Dragon Ravine, pitch my Tempest to summon Senators, activate Senators, pitch my monster to summon another Koos to go into Barca. Summoning Barca, summoning 3 Koos. 1, 2, tickle my shoe. Summoning all 3 Kooses. Alright guys, check out how much work you have to do for a board. Go into Romulus. Romulus, grab Divine Lance, I believe. Activate Divine Lance, equip it onto Romulus. Get Divine Lance, get Phalanx, because I need Phalanx in the graveyard to make some plays. Activate Phalanx. Special summon Mistletoe, so I can get 4 different monsters with different names. Go into Koos, special summon Koos. Go into Saryuja Sculptor, draw 4 cards. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I keep the Galactic Spiral just so I can go for the rank 8 plays. And I kind of want it in my hand because I have no other access to it. And I do need a spell negate. So activate Skuldred, special summon Galactic Spiral Dragon, go into LP with my last tuner on the field. Using LP, special summoning Red MD or the level 8. It's completely up to you, but Red MD is slightly more flexible because I do not have Dragunity Glow in the graveyard. Activate Red MD, special summoning Mistletoe. And what I'm going to do is with these two, I make Hieratic Seal. Guard Dragon, grab Phalanx, and that is why you need Phalanx. You go into Borlo Savage Dragon, making it 4400 with a Saryuja sent to the graveyard. Now activate Galactic Spiral, making both of these monsters level 8, making to rank 8 Hope Harbinger. So I have 1 interruption, 1 Omni, and 1 spell. So it's okay board for how much work. That was 3 minutes of talking, okay guys? I'm gonna summon Trans Archfiend. I'm not gonna do anything about it because I'm not quite sure what's a threat yet. He could just be baiting me. So it activates Trans Archfiend, targeting Borlo Savage with Grava, forcing me to use Borlo Savage. So that's 1 negate. So all I have is an interruption and 1 spell negate left. Activate Darkwood Dealings, that's fine. And I draw into Goliath, which it's okay, guys. It happens, okay? That just really sucks. Because Hieratic Seal, you usually grab Goliath with it, special summon it, and defense, so your opponent can't use monsters from the extra deck. But it's alright. Getting Snow to get Gates. He activates Gates, and obviously I'm not letting that go through. Gates is very, very strong in the Dark World deck, and just being able to discard a card, then drawing a card afterwards, that's a no-no. So I take it, it's mine. He attempts to attack into Hieratic Seal. I activate Hope Harbinger. He has to attack into Hope Harbinger. Draw for turn. Doesn't matter what I draw because Ravine just pitches it. And I'm pretty sure I have game here. But just in case I did not have game, you have to go for the play. You have to do it. Go into Barca. I grabbed all of these because I forgot I didn't have Glow in the graveyard. If I had Glow, I could have went into possibly a Scarlight. It's so extra, it's not needed. With Scarlight with these two, and then this you go to the new Synchro Monster, but I just went to the new Synchro Monster. Put Phalanx in defense. I could possibly tribute it with Hieratic Seal next turn, so we'll see. So I have one Omni Negate, 1 Monster Negate, 1 Spell Negate, and 1 Interruption still. And that should be game. Now let's go on to the analysis. Excuse the scene change. It took me 2 days to edit this video and make this video. So, does the new support fix this deck? No. Let me explain. So we have a new spell card, Dragunity Glow. You're definitely playing 3 of that because it lets you search your Mistletoe, let you search any of your big boys. Absolutely, stunningly amazing card. It opens up plays from the graveyard where if you equip stuff with either Barca or Leviathan, then you can special summon it accordingly. So for example, you can go Barca to equip a Leviathan and use Dragunity Glow, banish it, special summon your Leviathan, and then go off with another tuner, or if you go even Leviathan and equip your Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon onto it, you can pop off that way with Dragunity Glow in the graveyard. But does it fix the normal summon stuff? No. This deck does lose to any interruption on the normal summon. That's just how it is. The Leviathan was made where you need your normal summon to successfully resolve, or at least the effect of the monster to normal summon with either Dux or Senators to resolve successfully in order for you to even summon that card from your hand or graveyard. Because you have to banish the Dragunity monster equipped with some sort of Dragunity card. So that doesn't really help. Secondly, it still loses the interruption. I mean, Dragunity Glow still lets you summon from the spell and trap card zone, but if they remove your card, especially with Cosmic Cyclone, a lot of people are playing that card, then you're also stuck as well. I feel like until they make something, make a specific Dragunity card that says that your opponent can activate, you know, monster spells or traps in their hand, from their hand for the rest of the turn, not on the field, that'd be broken. For the rest of the turn, like quick play, something, even like Harpy's Feather Storm for Dragunities, that would be great. I feel like that would actually totally fix the deck because the deck just loses to every meta relevant hand trap that people are just playing. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this deep dive into Dragunities. If you guys want more content like this, please let me know. I am AkemiTCG. Hope you all stay beautiful. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell notification for all updates on future videos. Bye guys.
The world ends now.